Hey, I'm Dr. Darlene, and welcome wherever you are in the world. I'm so excited for today's interview. We have a summit coming up with amazing speakers, about a dozen or so, on topics of communication through the lifespan. Doesn't get better than that. All aspects from young to old, from music, social media to business, of course, business. So excited to interview today, Diane. And Diane Conklin is here with us. And I just want you to know that I just listened to your presentation. And now I think you're like the goddess.
Well,
Can I touch you? Oh my gosh, thanks for your personal stories about Zach and Barnabas and the farm and then all of the meat that you shared today. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, what your presentation is about, and takeaways. Why do people want to listen to you today, my dear?
Well, that's always
you should.
the $10,000 question, right? Who is she?
I know.
Why should we listen to her?
Yeah.
So my name is Diane Conklin. My company is Complete Marketing Systems. I've been in business for 30 years, as opposed to being in business for 1 year, repeated 30 times. Big difference. Big difference. And so, why listen to me? That 30 years of experience spans not only my lifetime, but the lifetime of a lot of businesses. I've helped a lot of people go from literally zero to six figures in 90 days. I've helped people go from there to $1 million in 12 months. That all sounds impressive, but here's the real deal. The real reason is that word, REAL, because I'm real. I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm not going to blow a bunch of smoke. I don't have some big fancy thing, some fancy nickname or whatever that I'm going to I'm just going to tell you the real story behind, what it is that you need to do to communicate well to build your business. And part of what we talk about in the event, in the presentation is marketing funnels. It's like, let's make this as difficult as we possibly can for people. Let's make them think they need 937 steps in their funnel. No, it's not that hard, right? So I
love that about you. I love that you are direct. I love that you just call it, none of this fluff. And some people like fluffy coaches. I love that, and that you do make things simple. And that really stuck out to me, that you've got something that is apparently complicated and seems complicated, but to the end line consumer, it's very streamlined. And what I'm hearing you say, the back end build is also streamlined.
Exactly. And that's the thing, so much of what we talk about in business and marketing is the same. The foundation is the same. What makes it different is your particular situation, right? Who are you? What do you bring to the table? Who are your clients? What do they bring? What's the difference in what they do and how they do things? That's what makes business and marketing specifically different. It's not that there's some big fancy thing that you should be doing that's different than what I should be doing, that's different than, it's the basic foundation. And then once you build that, now let's take all these other little things and add to it to make it yours. Some people call that branding. I call it all marketing. I call it all you just presenting who you are and letting people fall in love with you or not. Because look, I'm not for everybody.
It naturally brands.
Right.
It naturally brands you when you stick with who you are.
Yeah.
Because usually we brand and try to stay with the brand that we're trying to create.
Right.
What I'm hearing you say is you just be you solidly, and that creates the brand naturally.
Yeah. And look, stop trying to be perfect. Look, I'm far from perfect. I'm going to say something wrong. I just laugh at myself, right? Because it's just me being me, right? We could go back. Oh, let's rewind that. Let's take 27 takes. No, just, it's just you, right? My hair's not exactly right today, or I don't know if this color is good for me. I just put something on, quite frankly. I did my face and my hair, so that was a step up today. But I'm just me, and I think the more you're you, and the more you communicate in that way, then the right people are attracted to you. And that's not always going to be everyone. It shouldn't be everyone. You're not for everyone. You don't want everyone, right? It's that piece. And I think people get into this mode of, I can't do this, or I shouldn't do that, or I need to do this because that's going to attract this person, or I'm going to repel that person. You want to repel people. right? Like, I'm not the person for the very beginner. If you've never owned a business, or you're not willing, that's not 100% true, but if you're not willing to invest in your business, if you say to me like, so you have to spend $99 to get, one shopping cart or whatever, I'm not your person. And I'm really clear about that. And because I am clear about that, I don't attract those people. So it makes my marketing even easier, because now I'm not pushing, I'm pulling. I'm attracting people to me. I'm letting them come. The
I
right
feel like you
people
should
will
take
show up.
notes. I feel like you should take notes. Okay.
The right people will show up. Don't be so worried about, oh, geez, if I say I'm doing this for women, well, then no men will come. So let's add in a few cool men. No, just be bold and say, look, I'm for women. Those men are going to come anyway if they resonate with you. They don't care.
And communication is marketing, and marketing is a communication. And it's a mild twist. I say, let's see, marketing is sharing, but you take it a twist, which actually fits better in the summit, of course, with communications. Communicate is marketing. And I think marketing is a big scowy word. It's scowy.
Right. Like sales.
Yeah, we turn down things because we have to market it.
Right.
And so we share and we communicate.
Yeah.
I love that. That's
And
just one step more powerful.
Yeah. And it makes it easy, right? Marketing is communication. Communication is marketing. Everything you do in that realm is marketing, right? So people say, ooh, marketing is icky. Really? We're marketing right now. Does this feel icky? It feels to me like two people having a conversation, right? Giving you some great stuff, hopefully, right? So that's the piece for me. It's not about, how difficult can we make this? How many things can we hack? How simple can we make this for you? How easy can we make this for you? When you think about marketing, or to me, sales, right? That's another word. Ooh, sales. Ooh, it's just solving a problem. It's helping somebody overcome a challenge.
And what I like is that you've got acronyms that you follow, and we'll discuss that in your talk, your presentation.
Yeah.
But what are the funnels without descriptions? So people will be curious. You've got
right. That's how I break it down. Yeah.
What were your acronyms?
The two that I use in the presentation, now you're stretching my memory, is
funnel, I know, right? Okay.
And ripples. Funnels and ripple.
Yeah. And you go down each one, which makes it easy.
Yeah.
Who wants things hard today? No one wants it hard ever. But today it's quick. It's got to be easy. It's got to be simple. And it's got to be all about me. And what can I get really fast? Sadly, that is the way we are today. So we need to cater to the audience, cater to our clients, to give them what they want versus what they need. But then you stick in that I want to blow your punchline.
Well, right. We talk about, but they need this, they need this, they need that. But we don't want what we need, right? Like, right. We basically have 5 or 6 needs in the world, right? Oxygen, food, clothing, shelter, water,
freedom, love, appreciation.
Yeah, even that's optional for some people, right? Yeah. But the rest of it, right? I didn't need this particular shirt. Like a t-shirt would have been okay, right? But I wanted it. Hopefully it's the right color. And,
by the way, it's beautiful.
Thank you. But it's that piece of, I didn't need the particular car I drive. It's the one I wanted. Hadn't bought a new car in 20 years, right? It's that piece. The other thing, you made a great point, and I just wanted to talk just for a second, right? Things being hard. There's a particular person who wrote a book who now talks about how we can do hard things. And I'm like, that's now the mantra. I'm like, and look, I bought the book. I've read the book. I like this person. I'm not naming names, but I'm like, yeah, we can do hard things, and we do things that are hard all the time. But why intentionally do that? If we can simplify things and make things easier, I would love for my business to be easy, right? So there's another guy who talks about ELF, easy, lucrative, and fun. Let's do that instead of we can do hard things. Like, can we make our business easy, lucrative, and fun? And that's not mine, by the way. But let's break it down so that it doesn't have to be hard. Business is hard enough on its own, right? I mean, it's not easy, or everybody would do it, but it doesn't have to be hard. It can be simple.
And we like things we're good at. If you've only skied once, it was a bad experience. You hate skiing,
right?
You're an avid skier. You love skiing.
Yeah.
Whatever we're super good at, we love. If we're
Yep.
bad at marketing, I hate it.
Well, and isn't it
We're really
interesting?
good at marketing and it's simple. I love it.
Yeah. And isn't it interesting that things that we once thought was hard that become easy, it's the same thing, right? Walking was hard at one time. You probably don't remember it, but it was. Riding a bike was hard at one time. Driving a car was hard at one time, but it's not anymore, right? Why? Well, because we practiced those skills, because we did it over and over again until we became proficient. One of the things that I will never, almost never tell you is that you have to be a world-class fill in the blank, marketer, copywriter, whatever. It's not about being world-class. It's about being good. If you have a good
product, being
product,
accurate.
Yeah, exactly. If you have a good product and you understand who your market is and where they are, those three things, which I talk about in the presentation a little bit, will get you everywhere you need to go. You don't have to write a sales letter that brings in $20 million. What if you wrote a sales letter that brought in 100,000? Pretty darn good for most people, right? So we get this idea of, I have to go study and I have to be the best and I have to do all these things. And we end up being the student all the time and forgetting to apply it, right? There's a difference between knowledge and know-how. I want you to have know-how. Knowledge is not power, by the way.
No.
People say that all the time, right? Knowledge in and of itself does you no good, no good. But when you apply that knowledge and it becomes know-how, now you've got something that no one can ever take away from you, ever.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You've power packed your presentation in 25 minutes-ish, and it's going to be exciting for people who are listening to the summit to choose to watch your presentation in detail, critically, and really take notes and learn something. And what bonus gift do you have? You couldn't help but throw in a couple. I asked you one and you go, no, I got more. I got stuff. So
I know, I couldn't help but throw in.
What do you have for
a bonus one? So the perfectmarketingfunnels.com is the first one, and that's really sort of the breakdown of what a funnel looks like, a 7 easy step. Here's the great thing about it. Once you get that at perfectmarketingfunnels.com, you can use that forever and always. You'll never have to start from a blank sheet of paper again. Use that as your model for every funnel, every sequence, every promo that you do. Just use it, right? It's yours.
And
use
do you sell the funnel or do you coach people through it, or both?
Both.
Okay.
Both. So we do done for you as well as coaching and consulting on funnel business growth and all of that.
Right.
And then the other one I think was 99. Was it 99 ways or target market?
I think so, because you were talking about how specifically to get really specific.
So targetmarketchecklist.com is the second one. Sorry, I've done a couple of these. I couldn't remember which one I did.
I know. Let's see. Where am I? Who am I?
Whoops. Target market checklist, right? So you have to know the who. And this is something that people forget or people don't concentrate on enough, is the who. And you'll say, well, I market to women. Well, that's too broad. Right. I want you to be able to say to me, I market to women business owners who make $250,000 to $500,000 a year. They're married. They live in the suburbs. They have 2.3 children. I don't know how we get to 0.3, but I always like to throw that in.
This is an average. It's a neighbor.
They've been in business for 5 years, and they own a dog, and they drive a $40,000 car. Now, some of you are like, what? I could get more specific. I could say they live in Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia, and they own a one-legged parakeet. Now, now, why did I get that specific? Really simple. Because you don't market to everyone. And even if you do, each promotion is going to be aimed at somebody. Why? Because I want you to think about your target market person in 2 ways. One is, I want you to think of them sitting beside you, name them, right? So Sally is sitting here beside me, and I'm writing this email copy, or I'm writing this sales letter, or I'm writing this Facebook ad specifically to Sally. That's a very different exercise than writing to everyone, right? That's the first reason. The second reason that I want you to know is, as much as marketing today seems to be all online, the real money is in offline marketing. And so every time I think about who my target is, I think about, where can I go to find this list? So can I take this description that I just gave and take it to a list broker? And can they find a list like that? And if the answer is, well, yeah, they could find a list of women, but they're going to give me, millions, then it's too broad. Very rarely will you get a list that's too small, but 30,000 to 3 million is about right for a nice sized business. But those are the two things that I think about when I start working with somebody on what's your target market? Who's your target market?
Love it. Well, what I would love for people to take away today is that they can trust you, that your words are solid, tried, true, and tested. You're no bones about it if you like that strategy, and that you really have a quality product. You have quality products to back what you're saying and experience. So I'm just really grateful for you today that you came on, got a little peek in your window of what you do and the possibilities as we work together with all of our expertise, communicating through the lifespan, through all areas, demographics, age, gender, etc. And it's just really exciting to have you as part of our team. So thank you. And we'll be seeing you and launching December 1st. So go to my website, whatstopsyou.com. Watch for pop-ups about registration there. So we'll talk to you all later. And thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Darlene.
Bye-bye.